how many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet. Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
Ja, ihr Lieben, und damit würde ich sagen, herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge von The Conceal. Wir sind jetzt in Kapitel 2 angelangt und wir werden beschuldigt, die Elizabeth getötet zu haben. Dabei haben wir nur ein Gläschen mit ihr getrunken und jetzt sind wir am Arsch, würde ich mal sagen. Belesenheit haben wir das schon gemacht. Logik wäre alles interessant. Ich werde, glaube ich, aber das hier machen und werde weitergehen.
At last we meet, Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. But an act of horrific violence occurred during the night, and I do not know if this is linked to the disappearance of Sarah.
If there's a possible link to my mother, I hope you'll let me know.
In the early hours of the morning, Elizabeth Adams was found dead in her room, savagely mutilated with a knife. I'll get straight to the point, Louis. According to the initial elements at my disposal, you were the last person to see her alive.
Yes, last night we, Do you suspect me?
I want you to tell me everything that happened last night and leave nothing out. Tell me, how did the evening begin?
I was going up to my room when I saw Elizabeth waiting for me. She was very upset, and her words didn't make sense. I thought it best to follow her to her room, as she had asked me to.
Continue.
She insisted we have a drink, without which she refused to confide anything.
What exactly did she want to speak about?
She claimed she saw my mother the previous evening on the cliff, if I remember correctly.
Interesting. I will send someone as soon as possible. But do go on.
I refused to go on drinking with her. She already seemed drunk and her conversation became confused. So, then she ordered me to get out. If only I'd stayed.
Don't blame yourself, Louis. How could you have known? But thank you for this new information. Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed. I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why's that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course. How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi, so I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Wären wir mal mit der Herzogin mitgegangen, da hätten wir wahrscheinlich die Nacht mit ihr verbracht. Das hat er ja auch gesagt in der letzten Folge. Und wir haben natürlich uns um Elizabeth gekümmert. Ich Trottel.
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting. And Louis, you've got permission to search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they agree.
Sehr seltsam. Geht's da runter? Oh, da geht's sicher runter. Das ist sowas wie bei Game of Thrones. Ich weiß jetzt nicht, wie das, wie die Sache, wie heißt das nochmal? Der Wolkenturm? Wenn es der Wolkenturm war.
Which four-letter word could open this chest?
Okay, ich bin weg. Ich hoffe, ich komme hier nochmal hin. Aber wir schauen uns noch ein bisschen hier um. Vielleicht entdecken wir ja irgendwas. Einfach mal so geklaut. Direkt vor ihnen gestanden. Ah, guck mal. Sie haben da was. Ich nehme das mal kurz mit, gell? Hallo.
The nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781.
Gut, ich möchte mit ihnen aber nicht nochmal reden. Was ist das denn für eine Pfeife hier? Jakob, gib Küsschen. Gut, aber der... Okay, das Inventar ist voll. Was ist denn mit ihm hier?
Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say, Louis. But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Okay, die ganze Sache wird ganz schön. Und warum werde ich drauf angesetzt? Ich bin leicht verwirrt. Aber nur leicht. Nee, ich bin sehr verwirrt.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
Sehr nett, sage ich nur dazu. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, hallo? Ab nach unten mit uns. Ach, das ist der Gang, wo wir nach oben gehen müssen. Hätten gehen können. Versperrt.
Monsieur Johann van Wollner.
Hallo, man hat gesagt, ich darf in alle Zimmer rein. Sehr uncoole Kiste. Hier komme ich nicht entlang. Ich will in die Zimmer rein. Wer seid ihr?
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Vollner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
Er ist verdammt verdächtig.
Has anyone told you that Elizabeth was killed last night?
Yes. Rumors spread quickly.
Huh. He looks very put out.
It's horrible. How did it happen?
I can say nothing to you, sir. You'd better follow your host's instructions and stay in your quarters.
I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
Sehr verdächtig, der junge Mann. Und sein Zimmer war ja eigentlich direkt hier. Vielleicht kommen wir hier jetzt rein. Jetzt kommen wir auf einmal... was zum Klauen? Was haben wir?
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Honig. Ich konnte hier gerade
The signs of obscurantism.
irgendwas schauen.
The sorrows of young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Wollner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever obedient servant. So, Wollner had a relationship with Elizabeth, but that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
So. Ich weiß nicht, ob wir jetzt uns...
Golden Elixir.
Ich weiß jetzt nicht, ob wir, wenn wir jetzt zuerst bei Elizabeth gewesen wären, ob wir dann das weitergeführt hätten,
Table of
das
alchemical
Thema.
symbols. Someone circled the zinc symbol.
Und wir dann vielleicht die anderen Zimmer nicht untersuchen könnten. Ich weiß es nicht. Hier liegt was auf dem Tisch, kann ich mir aber nicht angucken.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Weiß ich nicht. Sammlermünze. Ach, ist voll. Ah ja, okay, sorry. Was haben wir hier?
Fragment of amber.
Irgendwas haben wir gelevelt. Ein bisschen zumindest.
What can I do for you, Richet?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Oh, yes. It's horrible. Yes. How can I help, monsieur?
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed. But I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Thank you kindly. Excuse me for asking, but did you know Miss Adams?
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth. No.
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, de Richet. Don't push your luck. My relationship with Miss Adams was pure, and has nothing to do with you. Well, continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now.
Oh Gott. Verdammt. Kann ich denn nochmal?
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
Ich hoffe, ich kann nochmal mit Ihnen reden. Ja, kann ich. Ich muss gucken. Wir sind bei Schwäche, Ablenkung.
How can I help, monsieur?
Excuse me for asking, but
Jetzt sappeln
did
wir
you
uns
know
wieder
Miss
alles
Adams?
voll.
Oh, she... not
Kann man das vielleicht
really, to tell the
vorspulen?
truth.
Nee,
No.
ne?
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, de
Ich
Richet.
bin ja so ein Trottel.
Don't push your luck.
So,
My
Leute.
relationship with Miss Adams was pure, and has nothing to do with you. Well, continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now.
Ich will mal kurz was gucken. Ich bin so ein Trottel. Ich kann während des Gesprächs hier reingehen. Ich glaube, Manipulation wirkt bei denen überhaupt nicht. Unschuldiger Natur.
Please, tell me a little more about the nature of your relationship.
That is a personal matter, monsieur.
Yes, that is true. So, tell me.
All right. It was passion. That's why we couldn't stay together. It scared her.
Ich will meine Punkte jetzt nicht dafür.
You loved her, didn't you?
Oh.
That is none of your damn business.
Your feelings betray you, sir.
So what? Yes, I loved her like a moth loves the flame of a candle. That's why we could never be together.
Okay.
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
Hat sie also geliebt. Und ich habe keine Punkte mehr. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, verlasse ich dieses Zimmer und gehe zu Elizabeths Zimmer. Ich hoffe, wir kommen dann in die anderen Gemächer rein. Es ruckelt ein bisschen.
Clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
Oh Gott! Was steht der denn da?
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news.
Das kennen wir ja schon.
I count no fewer than 9 wounds on the thorax, with a lot of blood. On first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death. It looks as though the wounds were inflicted from a precise angle, as if the murderer was standing behind Elizabeth. Some of these tattoos are veritable works of... What's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin. Probably during childhood. If the scars are anything to go by. It's the same kind of tattoo as on the rest of her body.
Schade, dass wir das nicht haben. Oberkörper hatten wir. Machen wir mal die Arme.
Numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars.
Das kostet mich ja nichts.
People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control. Scarring, ugh. Scarring isn't very regular, but they're mostly from old cuts. She had the sigillum de Ameth tattooed on her, the symbol of the living God, written in the language of angels, according to believers. It is rare for someone to know about symbols like this at her age, unless her mother was a tutor.
Das zurück zum Arm, das hatten wir auch schon. Der Kopf.
I see no sign of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck, and maybe mutilations. She bled from the nose.
Oh.
There are signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising.
Entscheidung wurde bereits getroffen. Der Mund.
What a strange smell.
Ich kenne diesen Geruch leider nicht, weil ich keine Punkte habe. Verdammt, ich brauche Honig.
Blood, but no trace of blows on the legs.
Sie hat gestanden. Sie wurde also im
More
Stehen
tattoos,
ermordet.
similar to those on the rest of her body.
Könnte auch, ja. Hände hatten wir. Nee, Hände hatten wir
No
nicht.
wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol. This pinnacle's a trap. The wearers of the pinnacle thought that they were protected from evil by surrounding it inside the different circles of the pinnacle.
Oh, mich nervt es, dass ich da unten keine Punkte habe.
Blood, but no trace of blows
Ach, das
on the
hatten wir
legs.
schon. Tätowierungen betrachten.
More tattoos.
Ach, hatten wir auch
Similar to
schon.
those on the
Sorry.
rest of her body.
Ich hoffe, ich komme noch mal hierher.
The blade is short and thin. Well sharpened, apparently. It's covered in blood. Still fresh.
Ach echt, der Mord ist auch frisch.
The lower part of the handle is unsullied by blood. The murderer gripped the weapon so tight that there's no blood where he held it. The handprint indicates a small and slender hand.
Frau oder irgendwas Kleineres?
Poor girl bled to death. Whoever left that footprint has boats for feet. That's at least a size 15. Where's a size like that here? Peru? Washington, maybe.
Washington? Der Washington?
Knocked over bottle of wine. Same thing Elizabeth served me last night. Still just as disgusting. I don't know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable.
Die hat sicher was da reingemacht.
Blood spatter indicates that the murderer must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that.
Haben wir hier irgendwo noch ein bisschen Honig für mich?
Vials of laudanum.
Ich kann ich kann nichts machen.
The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America. I wonder if Washington's involved. A pentagram? What the hell's been going on here? Contrary to what most people believe, a pentagram's not there to conjure up, I don't know what evil or demonic creature. With the point toward the top, the pentagram is an ancient symbol of protection against evil. Many esoteric rituals are based on this shape. Could Elizabeth have been sacrificed during an occult ritual?
Wahrscheinlich möglich. Hatte ich hier?
Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk. Going by the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear.
Nein. Nicht, dass es unsere Mutter war oder eine Pistole.
A pistol? Fairly new, I'd say. And judging by the weight of it, fairly light. A tribute engraved on the barrel. To the liberators of France.
Das geht ja an unseren Freund, dessen Namen ich vergessen habe.
There's a few dried traces of blood on the grip. Difficult to know for sure how they got there. It's extremely well maintained. The barrel is perfectly clean. It isn't loaded, and well, there's no traces of gunshot residue. I'd conclude that it hasn't been used recently. Right. I shall have to find its owner.
Einen Soldaten.
3rd November.
Okay, das kennen wir.
August 24th.
Das kennen wir auch. Das war ihre Schwester. Ich bräuchte etwas Honig. Dann könnte ich hier weiter Untersuchungen anstellen. Könntest du mir aushelfen?
Has Sir finished with this room?
Do you know who could have made such a mess of this room?
Miss Adams, sir. We were given orders to leave the room as it was, so as not to rush her.
Did she have a fight with someone to get the room into this state?
Not that I know of, sir. Miss Adams would sometimes throw a tantrum, during which she would destroy anything that came to hand. Lord Mortimer told us not to enter the room.
Thanks for that information.
You are welcome, sir. Has Sir finished with this room?
No, I haven't gone over everything yet.
Sir may take his time. When Sir would like to leave, Sir has only to tell me.
Okay, das heißt, ich muss mich hier raus. Ich hoffe, ich komme
Has
mal.
Sir finished with
I
this
know
room?
enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Gut. Sehr freundlich, danke. Oh, ich komme also hier immer wieder rein und raus. Ich brauche eindeutig mehr Honig, weil ich einige Sachen bei ihr noch analysieren möchte. Aber ich würde sagen, ihr Lieben, ich werde hier einen kleinen Cut machen. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zusehen und bis zur nächsten Folge. Ciao, ciao.